How you doing, YouTube? Today, kind of like the RJ build, I thought I'd make a quick video of some of the parts and some of the things that I've learned over the years with these tractors. By no means am I an expert on this. I'm just merely showing you my experiences. I thought today I would talk about the engine pulley of a Panzer Tractor. Even though this is for a T50 and it's a smaller bore pulley, it only has 2 grooves instead of the standard 3 like on a T70 or a T75. The basic theory of the pulleys are all the same. One, you have the engine pulley, which goes on. You have a reverse disc, which is right here. That goes on right here. You pound it on, and then that goes on. And then there's a retaining ring that usually holds the reverse disc onto the pulley. This is usually seated all the way to the bottom edge, and then obviously it's keyed in and it goes onto the motor. One thing you will usually find with these pulleys is, and this would fall for a T50 through a T75, they're basically all the same design, is the reverse disc itself is totally dried out, checked, harder than a rock. So really it's useless. So I just get it's cheap, dandy sales, it's cheap, get a replacement. But one thing you will notice, and I'm hoping my camera will kind of show you this, is this hole and this hole have been bored out. They're bored out bigger than these two. 5/16, I believe that's what that size that is. 5/16 is the stock size that goes through, or oh, excuse me, quarter. That's got to be quarter 20. This has got to be 5/16, 16. So somebody bored out the holes for a bigger bolt. Of course, they monged the holes for the bolts. Well, now they got 2 big holes and 2 stock style holes. So, and that is very typical for a Panzer pulley, engine pulley. Almost all of the Panzers that I've ever really worked on, this situation has happened. I don't understand why people, if you can't get the bolt into the threads, why do you shove it in there? You know, line it up, get it right. So ultimately what I'm going to need to do in order to fix this situation is I'm going to have to take the new reverse disc, which goes like in this position, and I'm going to have to turn it probably a few degrees, you know, over. So basically I'll have to re-drill 4 new holes, tap them to quarter 20. That way the reverse disc will go back into place, be solidly mounted, and won't be any of these ridiculously monged threads, or this, look at this hole, how it's all bored out, ridiculous. And then put the retaining ring back on it. This is a little warped. I'll just tap it, but I want to keep the original paint patina. I think it looks really good. And in a nutshell, that's what it is. So, you know, like a T70, T75, it has a 3 groove pulley instead of a 2. It's bored out for a 1-inch crankshaft, because that's what the 181s, the 161s and the 181 Kohlers had for a Panzer. They all use the exact same reverse disc. Doesn't matter. This is the same between a T50 through the T75. They all use the same reverse disc. So there it is. Well, hopefully you found that. And just a final touch base with the power pump. It's been sold. Yeah, I wasn't even for sale for very long, and I had somebody come by and really wanted it. So thank you for your interest in the power pump. I apologize that it's not going to be completed, but I got a good offer on it. It's a solid deal. I ended up, as you can tell, putting it all back together. But all right, thank you very much.